Ready?
Ready?
Hey everyone, welcome back to Snitchin. It's episode 9. It's your host, Kristen.
And Brittany, happy Friday, snitches. Get ready for the best part of your day.
We can say happy Friday because Friday is a happy day.
Friday is happy. You feel happy saying it. When you say happy Monday, you're like, happy Monday.
Yeah, I hear that. How's your week finished up, Brett? How anything happened last couple days?
Uh, Not a whole lot. It's been nice that it's not so hot. It's been a little bit cooler, so that's been good. Got to get outside a little bit more. How was your date the other night?
It was good. He was nice. I'm actually going out with someone else today for a coffee date. I've never done a coffee date before.
I feel like the only thing that could be weird about a coffee date is like, when does it end?
I've gone on so many dates that like I'm comfortable being like, okay, I gotta go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never done a coffee date. And he actually had said before, originally when we were talking this week and trying to make a plan, he said he was busy this weekend and he wanted to do a video chat. And I said to him, I was like, I've never done that before. And I know this is very common. A lot of people will video chat before they go out.
Oh, I've never heard of that. Like, you'll do a FaceTime?
Yeah.
That's awkward. Well, I mean, I guess though it's kind of awkward just meet in person for the first time too.
How I think about it is that people probably just want to save themselves time and money. Like, I mean, for real. Like,
Yeah, no, yeah, it makes sense.
it's just the day and age we're living in. I mean, like, rather than getting all dolled up, making your way to someplace, spending, like, I think what an average date, if you're going to dinner, you're like, it's like probably $50 a person. So
It's
I think
time.
it's just to cut to the chase and see if there's like a connection. I mean, now that we're talking about it, that's a pro for the coffee date. It's low
Pressure.
commitment.
Yeah. Yeah. True. You could leave earlier.
Leave earlier, and it's like a $10 date.
Right. Right. This
Wait,
guy is smart.
is he smart or am I just getting the low end of the stick? Wait. Now that we're talking about it. Um, but yeah, sound off in the comments if you've ever done a coffee date in our
Are
spot.
there comments on Spotify?
Yeah, okay, or don't. I don't know.
Or email us or
No,
message us on
email
Instagram.
us.
This is a good time to bring up our Instagram again and our
Okay, yeah, go for
TikTok.
it. Go for it.
Our Instagram is snitchin_podcast, and our TikTok is snitchinpod. We should probably make them the same, but that's neither here nor there. But please, we will be forever grateful if you can share it with your friends, family, your brother, your mother, your wife, whatever, your friend's friend, your college friends, whoever. But yeah, share away and please engage with us. And we want to hear from you. So yeah, message us any comments, or we'll try to like post things where people can like do a poll or like message back about some of the things we talk about. But yeah, keep an eye out.
One quick thing before we get into like the actual topic that we are going to cover today, health and wellness. I sent it to you on TikTok, but it was late last night. I don't think you saw it. Kelly Clarkson do you know how she does karaoke on her show? She covers songs. She sings the song.
Okay. Okay.
She always crushes it. Like half the time they're better than the original.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
She did a cover of the band Tattoo, All the Things
What?
I Said.
I was just talking about for that for the first time. I think I said tattoo for the first time in the last 10 years, like a week ago.
Brittany, is Kelly a snitch? Is she listening to our podcast?
She's
Like,
listening.
what are the odds?
Kelly, bring us your clout.
Yeah, Kelly, we're free if you want to bring us on your show. Like, just call
Tweet
us.
us, whatever it is.
Our email is snitchinpod. um, but anywho, should we get into our topic for the day?
Sure.
So, like we talked about on Wednesday, we are trying something new. So let us know what you think. We thought that we could do maybe Friday episodes, like some type of actual topic that we could cover and talk about and engage with our audience on social and get your thoughts as well. So, kind of broad topic for today is health and wellness. And we asked you guys online to share some of your favorite low calorie snacks and dinners, favorite exercises. So, we're going to share those results. But I guess like to start, how did we kind of feel about like health, fitness, wellness, all of the above when we were younger versus now?
I feel like for me, I don't know if it's just like turning 30 or what, but or maybe it's like after having kids, but I feel like all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, I'm not like gonna be young forever, which is so bleak and depressing. But like I have to start actually like working out, not just to look good, but to like take care of my body in the long run because we do a lot of like sitting down at desks all day and like you don't realize there's so much like sitting and stationary like activities that you do all day every day and it's not good for your body. Your body's not made to be like that. So I feel like for me now, I mean, I definitely still care about how I look. I'm not gonna pretend I don't. But yeah, I feel like I'm more focused on like strength training and not just like doing like sweaty workouts and burning a ton of calories.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think one of the things like as you get older, I feel like this has been a common thing that our friends have agreed with too, especially once you hit 30s, like it's not just about the vanity, how, standpoint, how you look, definitely more of like a health focus. And I feel that way too. I didn't go to the doctor for like years because
Yeah,
I,
that's crazy.
I know, but I think there's a lot of people. The thing
No,
is,
there are.
when you say that, like conversations I've had, anytime I've been in a group of people, and surprisingly, I've had this talk with people like more than once. Whenever you say, like, oh, I didn't go to the doctor for years, there's always like one or two others that are in the
Yeah,
room that agree.
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I think it's like a common thing. And I think it's probably just because I know for me at least, like I didn't really take care of myself when I was younger or in my 20s. And, just any family history of health issues, like that can be in your mind too. I was always just like scared to go because I thought, oh God, like something is probably
Yeah.
going to be showing up or whatever. And I just didn't really want to know that was definitely a difference. I think when I was younger, like I just kind of avoided any health topics. And anytime I would think about diet or like healthy eating, it was solely to lose weight to look good.
I mean, I feel like we also grew up in a very time where like being skinny was like everything, like being a woman, it's like you're expected to be thin and fit in that like, Britney Spears like aesthetic. She had like the perfect body, like everyone, all those other pop stars, Christina Aguilera, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like it did impact our generation. And I mean, I don't know about you probably actually less than me, but like my mom and like my aunts, pretty much all the older women in my life, obsessed with their bodies, like obsessed with making comments about their appearance. So yeah, I think and I think for the good of everyone, like it's changed now. I feel like now a little bit, I mean, there's still that like, underlying like pressure to be like skinny and look good, but I feel like it has shifted a little bit more towards like health and wellness versus like cutting calories and not eating.
1000%. It's definitely changed a good amount. I mean, we grew up in kind of a toxic time around that. There was
Yeah.
one standard of beauty, and it was stick thin to the point of like being unhealthy. I mean, I feel like yeah, the Britney Spears of it all.
Abercrombie models.
Have you watched Wet Hot
Yes.
American?
White hot.
White
Yes.
Hot, White Hot, right? Wet Hot American
Yes.
movie. Okay, if anyone hasn't, if you are a 90s kid, if you grew up with Abercrombie as a part of your middle school, high school life,
Watch it.
they
When
show
they were showing like the cash register with like the moose behind it, I was like, holy shit. I just like felt that in my body. Like I would be so excited to be buying something like when I was in line, like with the moose and like I just immediately felt that feeling. I was like, whoa.
seeing the graphic tees, just seeing all of the ads, the things that we did see when we were that age, the nostalgia I felt going like, we spent our weekends at the mall. So we were there all
Yeah.
the time. And I will say for me, like I had gone through puberty in elementary school. I was 5'5" when we were 10. Like
Yeah.
full blown like women's clothing. I remember going shopping with you guys and like not being able to fit into the clothes and being like, this is brutal, but I would never say anything. And I remember everyone else was like wearing the clothes and like I could never fit into any of it. And like that just shows how limiting everything was back then. Like it was so
Yeah.
like standard of beauty. And like if you weren't that, then you weren't beautiful. As I think that's the message that we got a lot as
Yeah.
kids. And I think that messed up a lot of people. But for me, like, yeah, I think it definitely impacted my relationship too working out like definitely, I mean all of it, because I think when you are like just a bigger kid or you, and like, I'm not saying it in like a self-deprecating way, I just think it's the truth. Then you're kind of like fed this message that like, oh, you're just this, you're just, I always kind of thought like, oh, I'm just this way. Like there's nothing I can do about it. I've been this way since I was like 8. Like I can't
Yeah.
impact, I don't have any control over this basically, which
Yeah.
I think for me kind of had like the inverse effect where I just like didn't take care of myself because I was just like, well, nothing I can do anyway, which
Yeah.
but I think that's why it's been so great for me, like in the past few years, because I mean, I feel like I've done a 180 on that when I've realized that's not true. It's just like a belief system that I had that was like false.
I know. Yeah, you do look great. Well, obviously the Stitchers don't all know this, but I always say to you, when you came over to my parents' house, I guess you hadn't seen them since you lost 40 pounds. They're like, oh my God, Kristen looks great. Kristen looks great. And I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't even notice you lost weight because I just see you all the time.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
But I feel like you've always had a better, I mean, we all have our stuff. I'm not, but I'm just saying like you've always had a better grip on fitness. And I mean, do you want to talk about that? Like you started spinning when we were younger in high school.
yeah, trendsetter. I mean, I don't think I would say I have a better grip on exercise, but I was more dedicated to exercise, I guess.
I
But
co-sign.
yeah, more like when I was growing up, both of my parents would go to the gym like in the morning. So like every day, my brothers and I would like pretty much get ourselves ready and go to school. So I don't know, I kind of just grew up like thinking people go to the gym. Um, and then yeah, I did like, but and like I said though, I feel like, 10, 15 years ago, I was much more focused on like burning calories and like spin and like the elliptical and then like, into my 20s, like I used to go to Equinox and do like the classes there. A lot of like the boot camp style classes, or like Tabata with like 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, but like with weights or whatever. And like honestly, looking back, I feel like none of that stuff really did much for me. Like I'm sure I have
Right.
good, yeah, I mean, I think I have good like stamina or whatever, but like now that I've learned more about working out, yeah, I look back and I'm like, I don't really know how much like any of that was doing for me. And I've learned a lot more through my current program. But anyway, but then probably like 2017-ish or something. Like I don't know what made me start, but I took like a Pilates class in bar and I loved that stuff. And that I feel like was the first time my like body actually changed from a workout because I feel
Oh.
like I was like more working out the right way.
Hmm.
Like when you do a lot of like, and this is what now I do this program, Evlo, which is like founded by physical therapists. The main one is Dr. Shannon. She's like very smart, scientific. But like what I've learned from them is she's like those boot camp classes don't work because if you think that you're doing like a lunge and an overhead press, you're like, oh, I'm gonna double bang for my buck with this exercise. Like I'm working my legs, I'm working my core, I'm working my shoulders. But in reality, like you're not, you're working all those muscles at like 70%
Mm.
and not like it's more impactful to do like a muscle just for your legs and do it to 100% and then do something just for your shoulders and like do it 100%. So like those combined like boot camp type workouts and classes, like I think they just honestly don't really do much for you. You're not like building muscle. But yeah, so now I do Evlo, which is like more strength training. I'm a Pilates girl. I love Pilates. That is my jam, my favorite. But I was starting to feel like I hate to say it wasn't enough, but like kind of like I felt like I needed something a little bit more challenging. Oh, and the biggest reason was because no one tells you how physical parenting is until you have
Mm.
kids. But I am like struggling to hold my children. Like seriously, no one like getting them in and out of the crib, the changing table, the car seat, the high chair, blah blah blah, whatever. So I was like, I need to like grow some strength here. So I that's when I started doing like Evlo. And I feel like I've told you this before, like the whole thing, it's like you have to like the exercise you're doing or you're never gonna stick to it. And that's kind of like what she's like she's like they have different tracks. You can do it 5 days a week, you can do 3 days, blah blah blah, and like make it your own kind of thing. But yeah, like a big thing is like if you don't like what you're doing, you're not gonna stick with it. And I wholeheartedly agree with that.
That's funny that you say that. I think that's been my biggest like lesson in getting into a good
Yeah.
exercise routine. I think for a long time, like there was like the Peloton
Mm,
burst and or boom, not burst. And I got a Peloton in COVID. And like, you know, when you're younger, maybe like running is something that a lot of people do because it's like
Mm,
free and whatever. I hate both of those things. I think. But yeah, no, I don't like running or cycling. And I think a lot of that was kind of like, oh, like I'm just like not, or I think it's easy for people to think like, oh, you just don't like this exercise, you're just not good at working out, or you're like
yeah.
lazy or whatever. You can label
I'm
you.
not built for this. Yeah.
Right. And that's not the case. You just got to find what you like. And that's been the biggest change for me too. I think for me, I started getting healthier just walking. My Fitbit was like a game
Mm,
changer. I've realized that I'm someone that likes to have almost like a checklist during the day. And this wouldn't
mm,
work for everybody, but for me, like being able to check off like certain things that I would do every day really helped me just feel like I had like a winning day or a good day. Um,
yeah.
and that really started with my Fitbit, just trying to get to 10,000 steps a day. And I remember the first couple months where I was like, I'm going to do this. So I started this in August 2023. I was like, I can walk, I can do this. Like, this is not, it's purely just how much do I want to commit? And like, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm asking myself to like run a mile. I'm just walking.
Right. Yeah.
So less intimidating. And I remember like there would be days where I would be at maybe like 7,000 steps. I would just have to walk around my tiny little condo at night to
Yeah.
get, which sucks, but like I would always feel so proud of myself that I would make myself do it. So I started with that. I still walk a lot every day. And then I love playing tennis. So I'm in a tennis league now, but I have a couple people I play with. So that's always really fun. I never feel like I'm working out when I play tennis ever. I'm just
Mm,
playing a game. And then I just started a strength training program, which one thing I keep hearing about is building muscle, how important it is in your 30s
hmm.
to start building muscle now, because it's like one of the biggest things you can do for yourself later in life. Have you heard that?
Oh yeah, no, that's what Dr. Shannon's all about.
Right. I'm sure a lot of people feel this way because this is how I felt. I just didn't know what to do.
Yeah, no, same. I used to not like lifting heavy weights because like I didn't like having to make it up on my own kind of, I need to like follow something.
I kind of need someone there to like push me because otherwise like
Yeah.
I wouldn't increase the weight or whatever. So I've been going to this strength training class. It's a small group class. And that's another thing I really like about, and this is just the theme of what we keep saying, like find out what works for you. I am not a gym girl. I don't like going to the gym. I think it's like very intimidating. All these people are looking at me. All these like dudes are lifting heavy weight, and I'm over there with like an 8 pound weight, and I'm just self-conscious. This class is only like 3 to 5 people twice a week. And it's pretty much all women. There's like one guy sometimes that comes, but it's very low. It didn't intimidate me like at all. I love the instructors. And I just need someone to tell me what to do and like make sure that my form is right. And I feel like that's something you taught me early days when you used to teach spin is like if you spin and if you're not doing it correctly, if you're like way over the bike, like it's not doing anything for you. So
Right.
I just want to make
Yeah.
sure I have someone who's helping me make sure the form's good.
Yeah, that's why I like Evlo too. It's a bit they do, and I'm sure yours is like this too. It's like very intentional exercises.
When you told me about the Dr. Shannon thing about only work one muscle group to 100%, it made me feel better about what I'm going to because we don't do combined
Yeah.
exercises. It's one at a
Yeah.
time.
Because she says like that the combined stuff it just makes you more systemically fatigued.
Well, the only other thing I do is that if I need steps at the end of the night, um, I will just dance. I'll like turn lights off in my place, or like sometimes I'll keep like a candle or something, and I'll just put music on and straight up just dance around my kitchen.
Do you get like sweaty?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you know me.
Oh, good. That's so fun.
It's so
You
fun.
should learn to dance. You should like learn one of the Eras Tour dances.
I do love to learn dances. So yeah.
I know.
We did ask people on our Instagram polls about their favorite types of exercises. Thank you to anyone who wrote in. We have a few Peloton. So we kind of talked about that. Obviously, pro there, so easy, so convenient. Weights and circuit training, which I don't really like. I don't know if I know what circuit training is.
It's like do you know what like Orange Theory is? It's like when you have like different stations. It's kind of boot campy, and you do like a minute of something, and then you do go to another station, you do a minute of something, and then like round.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Thanks again to everyone who wrote in. We also talked about favorite low calorie snacks or dinners. Anything that like you do regularly to that's like an easy dinner snack.
I
We
have
both
way less to say about. healthy food. I feel like I don't eat very well, mainly because I'm very picky, unfortunately, and I hate cooking.
I hate cooking.
It's not even like I don't like it. Like I'll do it, but I don't like it. Like I actually hate it. I hate the act of it.
We're not, you know what it is? We're not people. I've been around enough people who love to cook, aka Michelle. I know you're going to listen to this, and Nelly. But like they can just see what's in their kitchen and envision a meal. Like they can be like, "Oh, what do we have today?" And
That's
then
a skill.
right. And I feel like it makes it fun for them because it's almost like creative or like therapeutic.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
That would
To
be so stressful to me.
So part of my the 2 times a week strength training class I go to is that they also have like a nutrition component. They give you an outline. They say basically like you're supposed to have one protein, one veggie, and like one carb for most
Hmm.
meals. So what I'll do is like I'll do Brussels sprouts and like sweet potato and chicken, and I'll just cut it all up, season it, and put it on one baking pan, and then put it in the oven. So like at the end of the day, I don't have like a ton of pots and stuff that I have to clean.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's nothing fancy. It's very plain. But it's made a big difference in terms of just like me not hating and dreading cooking because I hate the cleanup.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I end up eating cereal a lot of nights. But yeah, no, I love those David bars. I think I told you about those, right?
Well, that was one of our responses to the social post of like, what's a favorite low calorie
All
snack for
right.
dinner? And David bars, I have heard of them. What are they?
They're 150 calories and they're 28 grams of protein and no
Oh,
sugar. So they're like a ton of protein. So like I feel like I'm someone who needs more protein because I don't like to cook like meat, especially. So yeah, they're good. There's a bunch of different flavors. I like the cake batter one.
so the one clip I saw of your girl, Dr. Shannon, she was talking about like her diet because she caught my attention because she was talking about how like she does supplement her protein with protein powder and protein
Mhm.
bars just to for convenience. But I think there's kind of different schools of thought on that, like how often you should be having protein powder and protein bars. But I liked hearing that she does have that, like, one
Mhm.
a day. And she said that she looks for protein bars that are high protein, low calories. So like her targets were 20 grams protein, 200 calories. So that's like way better.
It's like you forget like we're like living in the future of food a little bit too, you know, like food they're making like lower calorie or like healthy food taste better.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so we had David bars as a response. Another like protein snack that I like that's been good is they have these Greek yogurt bars that you can have that they're like ice cream, frozen yogurt.
Yeah, I like those.
Yeah, the Yasso brand I love. It's 100 calories. I
I
have
gotta
some,
get that.
yeah, I have a huge, they have so many flavors. I just had the chocolate chip cookie dough, but they also have like black raspberry, mint chocolate
I've
chip.
had that one.
Oh, the black
That's good.
raspberry.
Yeah, that one's
It's
good.
really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had that. Some of the other responses we got hummus, cottage cheese, hard boiled eggs. I co-sign the cottage cheese. I That's something that I buy once in a while.
Ugh, I feel like the texture of cottage cheese this weirds me out.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I want to try the Khloe Kardashian popcorn.
Oh yeah, I would try that. I love that sweet popcorn stuff.
Yeah, skinny
I
pop.
wish so for my children, we do Nurture Life, which is like they send us 6 meals a week and there's like a ton of different ones. Like every week it's kind of like different recipes. And you just heat them up for like a minute and they're actually really good. It's like high quality food. Like Chris and I will try bites of them. I'm like, wow, I wish they did like an adult version of this. So someone make an adult version of Nurture Life and I'll buy it.
That's what's nice about like the convenience of that. I've done some of the adult ones like Factor and some of those ones that are like put it in the microwave for 2 minutes and
Yeah.
but it's just I have high blood pressure. There's so much sodium in those. Like I just can't do it.
Maybe I should check out the sodium then. Oops.
I mean, I'm not trying to say, but I'm just saying for me, I can't have a lot of sodium.
Oh, because you have high blood pressure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, last question on the health and wellness front. Any like you kind of already mentioned it, any influencers, books, podcast, anything that's like that you would recommend as a plug for people who are interested in this topic?
I mean, definitely, and I'll post it on the Instagram, like the Evlo handle. Like Dr. Shin has a podcast too. They're like 20 minutes and they're very informational and educational. So I'd recommend that. They have a great newsletter and of course the program.
Sweet. I would say the only thing that I could think of that's made an impact on me is this book that it was actually, I started reading it because when I started working in my last company, it was kind of like a buzzworthy book. People were talking about it and all reading it. So I wanted to like keep up with the Jones and read it too. It's called Atomic Habits by James Clear. But basically, the whole premise of the book is how to help you build healthy habits. This always stuck out to me. He said, it's all about like identity. So if you were to ask two people who both smoked cigarettes and both are not smoking cigarettes anymore, and you said, hey, do you want a cigarette? One person tells you, oh, no, I'm not a smoker. The other person tells you, oh, no, I'm trying to quit. Which person do you think is going to have like long-term success with not smoking of those two people?
The one that said that they don't smoke.
Right. And then like his point is because in that person's mind, as their identity is they see themselves as a non-smoker. Whereas the other person
Um,
is basically saying, like, I see myself as a smoker who's trying to quit. So he said, if you like act in the way that you want to be, like if you want to be someone who is healthy, it's not about how much you do, but as long as you do something that's like behaving as a healthy person would behave per day, then you're going to start to change your brain chemistry because you're going to like prove to yourself like, oh wait, no, the data tells me that even if it's for 5 minutes a day, you're going to start to think I walk every day, like
yeah,
I'm a walker. So it's just
yeah.
about how like doesn't matter how small it is, but as long as you do something daily, the consistency is more important. Then you start to like view yourself differently, and that's what's
Huh.
going to do sustained behavior change. And so that's kind of like been the biggest thing that I think stuck out to me that I kind of have always come back to when I think about all of the stuff we're talking about.
Oh, good tip. You sound so smart.
I mean, your girl tried. So yeah, I think that's all we have to say for the health and wellness topic.
And we should probably actually say, now that I'm thinking about it, we are not, we have no credentials in the health and wellness space. We're not doctors, so do not take our advice. We're
Oh,
just sharing like what we like.
only other thing that we probably need to talk about before we wrap up is the social event of the season. My goodness, Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding is taking place this weekend in Venice, and like everyone's there.
I know. Well, there's backlash too. I feel like people are saying that they're like gonna ruin, they're like overtaking Venice. Like the city's not built to hold that much people, and I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's also like some backlash around just the amount of private jets that are coming to Venice and just like the footprint that's leaving on the climate because like flying
Mm,
private so bad. I heard that he or they asked in lieu of gifts, which I mean, you're the richest man on the planet. You shouldn't be asking for gifts um,
yeah.
for them to donate to like a local org. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, maybe they can like give a donation to make up for all the private jet fumes or something. I don't know.
I think they said they're donating 1 million, but that like here's the thing, when you're the richest person on the planet, 1 million it's like a
Like a
dollar.
penny. Yeah.
Yeah, like do better.
I will say though, I mean, I feel like I have to say Jeff Bezos deserves every fucking penny. I don't know what I would do without Amazon. I would not live without Amazon.
Three things you can't live without.
It is the best invention of mankind.
Yeah.
I wish I could be one of those people who's like, oh, I don't buy on Amazon because I like support small biz and blah blah blah. And I mean, that's great. I'm glad that guys do that, but I'm not that good of a person. Give me the Amazon.
Same. I definitely prime. Did you see everyone who was there?
I saw like the Kardashians, Orlando Bloom, right?
Yeah. Kim, Chloe, Kendall, Kylie, Chris, Corey
Tom
Gamble.
Brady.
I saw Tom Brady. Corey Gamble, though, I was thinking this when I saw the photos of the Kardashian crew in Venice. Like, this man struck gold. Do you think he's thinking to himself, like, how am I at the Jeff Bezos, Lauren Sanchez wedding right now?
Wait, Corey who? Corey Gamble?
He's dating Kris Jenner.
Damn.
And I don't know what he does. I'm sure he does stuff, I'm sure. But I think he also like very happily just plays the role of Kris Jenner's boyfriend.
Oh yeah, I know that guy. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they've been dating forever.
Yeah. But I just thought when I saw it, I was like, I just wonder, if I were him, I'd be like, hell yeah. But yeah, they were all there. You're right. Tom Brady. Oh, and there were rumors that Kim Kardashian and Tom Brady
I
Like
know.
went on a date. You saw those?
That was like a year ago.
It was a while ago, but I just wonder,
Yeah,
love is in the
I
air.
know.
You're at a beautiful
Well,
wedding.
I think they like live in the same like community in Florida or something.
Oh. But yeah, they were there, Orlando, and then the Queens, Oprah and Gail, our favorite bestie pair.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Orlando Bloom seems random. I think they were
Yeah.
saying that like it was the connection was because Katy Perry went to space, obviously on Jeff Bezos's rocket with Lauren Sanchez, but then Katy and Orlando are splitting up. So it's just weird that he went, not her.
Oh yeah, so he was still invited.
Yeah, that's been
Well, I guess they like just broke up.
mhm. That's kind of been like a subtopic of like, dang, in the divorce, Orlando gets the Jeff Bezos Lauren Sanchez wedding. Like,
Well, she's on tour.
oh, that's why.
Yeah. She's like in Australia or something.
Got it. Did you also see that for their welcome party, they did a foam party?
Ew. No.
Thank you.
That is like, what is this, college?
Oh,
Like the wet kind or like the blocks of foam?
exactly what you think. Like a foam party.
What the fuck? Why?
I don't know. This makes me think, but this is like, is Jeff Bezos just like a uber loser who just like wants to relive his
Probably.
21-year-old glory days and have a foam party at your welcome reception?
But he's probably is a weirdo. And hey, I guess when you make that much money, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Imagine like all their clothes and stuff,
All those designer
like
clothes.
shoes and shit. Yeah.
Wait, I haven't seen any photos of it, but I've definitely heard about it. Hold on.
I didn't hear that. Yeah, I haven't heard that. I saw a picture
It's
of his
for
wedding.
real. Yeah, Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez throw foam party ahead of wedding. This was 4 days ago. Um, they
4 days ago?
it was posted 4 days ago. Yeah,
Um,
published on June 23rd. So maybe it wasn't the welcome reception, but it was just like
okay.
a wedding week festivity. The foam-filled festivities took place on Bezos's $500 million yacht named Koru on June 22nd. They played around in foam that bubbled up on the deck in clouds of thick, frothy bubbles. Ugh. Ew. I'm looking at the photos. It's just, ugh. I don't know.
Maybe that's like fun if you're on drugs. I don't know.
I don't know. It's so weird. But yeah, that also happened.
All right. Well, I guess that's all we got for you guys today. Enjoy the rest of this lovely Friday. Please go follow us, like us, share us, do whatever you want to us on face. I mean, not on Facebook, ew, on Instagram and TikTok. And yeah, have a great weekend. Bye, snitches.
Bye.